Hello, my name's Ben Cook, and today I want to talk to you about a new feature we've got in ManagementStudio called plugins. First of all, let's take a look through a few slides and then we're going to run through a demo. So first of all, what are plugins? They are ways of quickly and easily adding new features into ManagementStudio, downloadable from our plugin store, and they're delivered as a collection of components, and I'll explain what that means in just a moment, and they are free of charge. So we're going to take a look at one of our plugins, which is called the App Owner Survey, which is available on the plugin store today. This allows you to engage with your application owners with scheduled emails so that you can keep on top of those applications. The owners get the option to either refresh the application data or disclaim ownership to ensure that aging application records are routinely reviewed and you get a full audit trail. As I say, plugins are made up of a number of components. So they're things like data mining reports. In this case, there are two: email templates, PowerShell scripts, portal wrappers, project resources, script buttons, scheduled scripts, custom fields, portal forms, 3 of them, and a single portal page. All of these things can be created manually. As you can imagine, creating 15 separate components manually is time consuming and quite complex, and that's the beauty of plugins. They package all of these things up in one specific file. Let's take a look at this App Owner Survey now. The first thing I'm going to do is come into the administration area, and plugins are managed under the extensions area here. And if I click on plugins, you can see I don't have any plugins in my system. I do have a link to the store here, and this shows the available plugins we've got today. I've already downloaded this particular plugin, so I don't need to do that again. So I'm going to go and install that plugin now. So I click the import button and open up the zip file, and I'm going to go ahead and import that. I now need to restart my client. And let's go back into the administration area to have a look at that plugin. Into extensions and then plugins again, and now we'll see that we've got our plugin listed on the left hand side here. We get various details about the plugin, the name, the version and so on, and a configuration guide which I can pop open here, and this talks us through the steps of setting up this particular plugin. Let's go straight to the settings table here. The first setting tells us how often it will send an email to the application owners, in this case 180 days. So they'll get an email basically twice a year. And then we've got various other settings in here, which I'm not going to go through right now. We can also have a look at the plugin components. So if I turn on that toggle, we can see all of the individual components which have been installed. One last thing to note about this particular plugin is it sends out a weekly report of any changes to application owners, and we can specify the day of the week it sends on and the email that it will send that report to. So I'm going to go ahead and run this application owner plugin straight away. Normally this would be running on a schedule, so we'd recommend that this is running once a day. We have to wait a moment for this to run. Whilst that's running, let's take a look and see if I'm the application owner for any particular apps. So if I come into contacts and find my user record, that is me, and I can use this related tab here to show any applications where I am the owner, and I'm just going to filter that on App Owner. So we can see that today I'm the application owner for 3 different applications. Let's go back to our plugin now and see how that's going. Okay, that looks like it has run. There were 93 apps that required a refresh. And if we did check our email queue, we'll see there are lots of emails which are due to be sent. Now, they will be sent later on today, so I'm going to change this so that mine is sent straight away. Okay, so I'm going to reschedule that, and that will now send in the next minute or so. Okay, it looks like that email's just come in. So here's my email prompting me to refresh my application records. If I click on the button here, it will take me into that portal page. And here we can see the applications which I am the owner for. Those are the ones we saw just a moment ago. There's a couple of things I can do in here. I can either refresh the app info with this green button here. And you'll notice that this particular application is 6.2, version 6.2. And the ACE engine has found that there is a newer version of this application out there. This is a good prompt to potentially upgrade this application. If I wanted to do that, I could raise a new application request. We can use ManagementStudio to raise that request if we want to. The other option I've got is to say that I'm not the application owner. And in this case, once I've clicked on the confirmation, I can suggest who the new application owner might be. And I'm just going to put in a fictitious name. And I'm going to suggest them as the new application owner. Okay, that's great. And we can see that now I only have 2 applications under my name. And if I come back into ManagementStudio, close my email queue, and come back to my contacts, and if I reload this, we'll see that I'm now only the app owner for 2 apps. And if I change my filter, we can see that the app that I was an owner for, I'm now the former app owner. So we've got complete audit trail on this to see where things have changed. And on Friday, an email will be sent out showing me all the changes which have happened to the application owners. Hopefully that gives you a good idea of how the plugin works. If you'd like more information, please get in touch.